For the past few years, the Toronto Blue Jays have been one of the biggest run producers in baseball, ranking 3rd in 2021 with 5.22 runs per game, 4th in 2022 with 4.78, but in 2023, when offense was up league-wide, they fell to 16th best with 4.55. The obvious answer as to why all of a sudden they struggle can of course be attributed to big-name players such as Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and George Springer, who have struggled mightily for their standards. Plus, the loss of Teoscar Hernandez and Lourdes Gurriel Jr. have also hurt. But there is another problem this lineup has that does not get talked about enough. And if the Jays offseason is done with their recent signing of Justin Turner, we may see the exact same problem hinder them in 2024, just like it did in 2023 and in 2022. You see, last season it was obvious the Jays lacked a number 4 in the lineup, but I don't think you know to how great of an extent. For example, these 7 players accounted for 151 starts in the 4 spot last year, and the majority of them put up underwhelming lines. Now, I know you may be thinking, Vlad, Chapman, Springer, and Belt didn't have point numbers, but they all cycled through and there was never one player who took control of the position. And now for the knockout punch, because what I'm about to share with you will be rather shocking to say the least. When looking at every single team's production from the number 4 spot in 2023, the Blue Jays ranked dead last in runs driven in, and it wasn't even close. The Athletics, who were 29th, were 7 ahead of us, and the Royals 12. That 12 difference between us and the 28th ranked Royals is the same difference for them with the 16th ranked San Francisco Giants. That's absurd to be that far in last place. And the pain doesn't stop there, because when we look at other stats in comparison, we can see they rank 28th in home runs with 19, only 2 ahead of the last place Washington Nationals. This obviously contributed to a poor slugging percentage, where they were also nestled between the 50-win Oakland Athletics and 56-win Kansas City Royals in 22nd place. And it's not like this is a new struggle. It was also, while not as bad, still the same case as in 2022. That season, the Jays ranked 22nd in home runs with just 17 and 24th in RBIs with just 80. That's what gets me going here the most, because it was obviously a struggle in 2022, which means you need to add to that spot because every other lineup position was doing their job. But the Jays didn't add. Instead, they traded a guy who could take that spot in Teoscar Hernandez, and while Lourdes is not a cleanup hitter, losing him hurt too, because when he goes on his iconic hot runs, having him bat 4th isn't a bad idea. But I will say these two were on expiring contracts, and we were able to get contributing pieces for multiple years back, and that's fine. However, Dalton Varsho is and never should have been brought in as a cleanup hitter, which is where he was slotted into the lineup on opening day, and for over 24 more after that, all of which he struggled in. And because he failed there, the team circulated through guys in this position. Chapman when he was hot, Springer when he was cold, Belt before he went into the 2 spot, and Vlad when Belt moved further up the lineup. They got some production out of them, like Vlad, who had a considerably higher OPS than his season's total, but they all just cycled through. That's why I was pumped this offseason, because while Ohtani was a long shot, there were a few big name guys in free agency and trade who could have been added to the Jays lineup that would make the 1 through 4 deeper, but they elected to go with Justin Turner, a man who is coming off a fantastic offensive season. Truly, I was not expecting him to perform as well as he did. And if he continues with his stellar numbers with runners on, he will top 100 RBIs without question. But the risk here is his age. He is entering his age 39 season and finished the 2023 campaign with a heel injury that significantly worsened his production in the final month of the season. That's what scares me. If we lose him to injury or if his production declines, then the Jays will have to look for Danny Jansen to be the cleanup hitter, something he would thrive in, as we have seen the past few seasons with his ability to drive in runs. But with the health factor always being part of Jano's season, he has only played over 100 games once in his 6-year career. That's also a risk to potentially rely on him to do the heavy lifting in this offense. But as it stands, that's how the 2024 Blue Jays lineup looks to be set up. And if the Jays lose either Justin Turner or Danny Jansen for an extended period of time, then they could be in for the same nagging problem that hindered their 2022 and 2023 seasons. Let me know what you think about the numbers I've shared today in the comments, because I, probably like you too, only just became aware of precisely how bad the Jays problem is with the 4 spot. Also, if you enjoyed, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel, as both actions help me out immensely to continue making videos. Alright, I will see you in the next one.